What's up, social media world? I've been gone for a minute, but it seems like this is the only outlet for the truth nowadays. You know, you can't get the truth through mainstream or uh, through the main channels of a petitioning your government. It don't happen like that no anymore unless a video goes viral and certain people take notice and people get called out for their inaction. So it seems like the only way you can get any redress for your grievances is to go to social media and have a video go viral for you or something like that, or enough people share it and it get come across the right person's desk because you can scream out to the media, government agencies, and nobody want to hear what you got to say unless a social media video goes viral. And I'm gonna speak on my case. I've been dealing with Kellogg and workman comp situation for a while now with a torn rotator cuff. Um, I got a repaired rotator cuff that they kept on trying to send me back to work full duty, and it kept aggravating my joint. So uh, let me give y'all a rundown of this last run in. Um, I get sent back to work full duty. I go to the job, bam, bam, bam. The rigors of my job is so rigorous that it really can't be performed with a repaired rotator cuff. So I aggravate the injury. So I've been out of work since August 22nd now. Now, during the time I've been out of work, uh, this is a secondary injury. You know, for the sake of the workman comp insurance carrier, they try to play it as the first injury because they stopped paying me on the first injury. But if you know the rules of the game and you know how to engage the rules of the game says that if you aggravate that injury, if they send you back to work, they close out, you reach MMI and you go back to work, and that injury is aggravated, it's considered a new injury. So you have to fill out a new claim, which is exactly what I did. See, that's where a lot of these insurance companies, workman comp insurance carriers, and these companies don't want you to know. This is information they don't want you to know. They're thinking that they want you to think that they're gonna pay you for these 52 weeks, and bam, they're gonna send you back to work knowing you still injured, but you won't have no other recourse, and they're gonna try and slide your little chump change check, little a little chump change check at the end of that, and kick you in the butt until you get on somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know the rules of the game in order to engage. You have to understand the rules of the game. So um, I'm being penalized because I know the rules of the game, and the reason and the ways I'm being penalized is because since August 22nd, uh, I haven't been being compensated for being off work for work related injury. So here it is, October 17th. I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment scheduled with the orthopedic surgeon. So the morning of the doctor's appointment that was supposed to have been scheduled, my case manager, Jackie Yancey, who worked for Corvell Corporation, who's Kellogg's workman comp insurance carrier, who also happens to be the insurance carrier for the state of Tennessee, filed that away. But anyways, Jackie Yancey called me the morning of my doctor's appointment because my doctor's appointment was supposed to be done like 3 or 4 o'clock that afternoon. So she tried to tell me, "Oh, you got to go get your MRI disc from the imaging center." So I'm like, "No, that's y'all job. Y'all supposed to transfer all medical." So she was like, "Well, I'm going to have to reschedule." I said, "No, I've been waiting since August for a doctor's appointment. I'm not rescheduling my appointment." She's like, "Well, I'm going to have to call Glenn." Glenn uh, is Corvell's man for um, the insurance. So soon after that, my attorney called with a settlement offer from them. So um, under false pretenses, I originally accepted that settlement offer, but then some told me that that conversation between that case manager just didn't sound right. So some told me to call that doctor's office. So I called the doctor's office, And lo and behold, a doctor's appointment was never made for me on that 17th or any other date. So they lied about the doctor's appointment. They first they stalled out in getting the appointment, saying we waiting on medical records. That was the reason why they stalled the first time. Okay, now they called me. Okay, they got the medical records. Now we got to pay them $1,500. We didn't know we had to pay them $1,500, so now we got to pay them $1,500. So that was the second reason for the stall and getting me seen by the doctor. So once all that was over with, they lied about the October 17th doctor's appointment, which never really was. So I refused to reschedule. So they called with a settlement. Boom, boom, boom. My lawyer called with a settlement like, yeah, they're offering this. So um, I originally took the settlement under false pretense, but when I called the doctors and found out that they lied about the appointment ever being made, I called them back and tell like, man, ain't nothing happening. This settlement over with. You can ball that settlement up and shove it up. You know what? Because now you're operating on BS. You know what I'm saying? You're operating with bad business. You're doing bad business. So I immediately write put complaints in to all the state regulatory agents, the insurance agencies who regulate the insurance in the state of Tennessee, the Tennessee Attorney General, and they all try and kick it back to a workman comp issue. No, these companies do business in the state of Tennessee. You regulate these companies, so they all try and kick everything back to a workman comp related situation, which is not, because they're doing business under false pretenses, and they are an insurance agency regulated in the state of Tennessee. So you are supposed to protect the consumer, which is me. So they all kick it all back to workman comp. So I guess the workman comp head medical doctor call and try and we going through email, so I got email proof of everything. So they try and make a excuse for Jackie Yancey, saying, well, she wasn't involved with the emails with Corvell and the doctors, and so she wasn't involved with that, so there will be no more further investigation into her. So I tell them, I say, how she's not involved when she was the one lied about the doctor's appointment in the first place. And now keep in mind, every doctor's appointment that this lady have ever sent me was by text message. So just so happened this phony doctor's appointment that she made up, she called me and told me to write it down. So that was suspicious in itself. So she called me and told me to write it down so it wouldn't be no text record of her lying about that appointment. So we got that. So I report her to all these agencies, and every agency in the state of Tennessee is trying to cover up for Corvell Corporation, which does business with the state of Tennessee, and for Jackie Yancey, my case manager, which is a part of their American Medical Association. Because keep in mind, if you notice one of my earlier videos, I reported Dr. Cannon, who tried to send me back to work full duty without even waiting on the MRI results to come back to show that I had a torn rotator cuff, and how he was malicious in his handling of me. So, long story short, I caught them up lying in order to induce me to accept a settlement offer. So, and I reported them, and all the state regulatory agencies that I reported to them in the state of Tennessee are actively covering up. And I also caught my attorney up in the game also, because he's trying to get 20% in the state of Tennessee. You get 20% of workman comp settlement. So he's trying to get 20% of a figure over here, when all the time that he's been my attorney, he's been telling me, oh, well, all I can get you is this. So now that I have the second claim, they tried to bundle the claims up. So my attorney is trying to base his fee off the higher number of both claims bundled up, saying, well, they offered this, but come to find out, I fired him and went to go get my file, cracked the file open. You know what I'm saying? They don't think we read. So I cracked the file open to find out that he's presenting offers to them, and they're not presenting offers to the well, the offer he presented to them is what he's basing his fee off of, which I never agreed to. He never consulted with me on the offer that he presented to them and tried to make it seem like it was an offer that they presented to us. So he's trying to base his fee off of that offer. So I caught you on that, boy. You ain't gonna get away with that one. So I text my ex-attorney and I say, hey, I looked over my file and I never saw the original offer from them. Crickets. Radio silence. Ain't heard back from them yet. So, man, y'all got to pay attention to what's going on out here. All these people are in it together. Don't think that these state regulatory agents is going to be on your side. They not. You got to keep fighting. And when I say keep fighting, because my next step is the U.S. Attorney General to crash this whole little game they got going on down, because I'm suing. And everybody gonna be held accountable, gonna have to get on that witness stand and testify under oath to what they did or what they didn't do. I want emails, I want notes, I want everything. Because y'all not gonna get away with this. Y'all tried to bend me over and ramming up my backside with no gas Vaseline, and it didn't happen. So now you got caught and it's time to pay the piper. Plain and simple. It's the hood law for you.